In this video, I am going to discuss the slope-intercept form of a linear equation y equals to mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-coordinate of the y-intercept. So in the previous video, I already discussed the x-intercept and y-intercept. So we have a linear equation, we have a graph. Do you see that there is a pink straight line? X-intercept is a point on the x-axis and y-intercept is a point on the y-axis, and then on the y-axis x is equals to 0, because if you pick a point, any point on the y-axis, at that point x must be 0. On the other hand, if you pick any point on the x-axis, that at that point y is equals to 0. And then I also discussed how to use the x-intercept and y-intercept to sketch the graph of a linear equation. So we have an example that we used in the previous video. I used 3x minus 5y is equals to 15. So first I found the x-intercept. I let y equals to 0. So you simply plug in 0 to y, and then you have 3x equals to 15, and then divide both sides by 3. You have x equals to 5. So 5 comma 0 is my x-axis, and then you can plot this point on the graph. So you have the point 5 comma 0. So let me give you where the location is. So we have a 5 comma 0, and then for the y-intercept, you let x equals to 0. So you have negative 5y equals to 15. Divide both sides by negative 5. You have y equals to negative 3. So 0, negative 3 is my y-intercept. So you have 2 points, and then you connect these 2 points using a straight line, and then extends the line to the right and to the left, and then add an arrow on each end. So that is the graph of 3x minus 5y equals to 15. But 3x minus 5y equals to 15, this is in general form of a linear equation. Ax plus b, y equals to c. What we are trying to study in this video is y equals to mx plus b. How do you go from 3x minus 5y equals to 15 to y equals to mx plus b? That is pretty easy. So first of all, you isolate the x on the right side. You put x on the right side, so you have negative 5y. You subtract 3x on both sides, so negative 3x plus 15, and then you divide both sides by negative 5, so you have negative 3x plus 15 divided by negative 5, so that is negative 3x divided by negative 5, and then minus 15 divided by 5. So at the end of the day, you have y equals to 3 over 5x minus 3, right? So, and then my m is equals to 3 over 5. So this is positive. That means the slope is going uphill. And then my y-intercept is 0, negative 3. So if you check out the picture, we have 0, comma 3 as my y-intercept. And then the slope is 3 over 5, so which is rise over run. So if you go to the picture real quick, so rise over run. So we run 3 units to the right, and then we go 5 units to the right and then 3 units up, or you go 3 units up and then 5 units right, so 5 and 3. So that is how you go from a general form to a slope-intercept form. So the reason we call this a slope-intercept form is because we see the intercept and then we see the slope. So we call this slope-intercept form. And then in statistics, when you study linear regression, you will be using the slope-intercept form of a linear equation. And then I also discussed this example, 4x plus 6y equals to 24. So using the same method, I found the x-intercept and the y-intercept. The x-intercept is 6 comma 0. The y-intercept is 0 comma 4, right? And then how do you go from 4x plus 6y equals to 24 from standard form to slope-intercept form, y equals to mx plus b? So this is how. So first we subtract 4x on both sides. So we have 6y equals to minus 4x plus 24. And then you divide both sides by 6. Then you have y equals to negative 4x plus 24 divided by 6. You can split it up into 2 fractions. Negative 4 over 6x plus 24 divided by 6. Reduce the fraction. So you have negative 2/3 x plus 4. So the y-intercept is 0, comma 4, which is what we have in the picture. And then the rise over run is negative 2 over 3. So that is rise over run. So since the slope is negative, the line is going downhill. And then how do we use this information to sketch the graph? So here is how. First, you sketch the y-intercept, or you plot the y-intercept 0, comma 4. Check out the red point. And then you trace the rise over run. So you go 3 units down. You go 2 units down, 1, 2, and then 3 units left, so that reach to the next reference point. So this is my next reference point, and then you connect these two lines, extend them, draw one arrow on the left side, one arrow on the right side, then you will get the graph of this linear equation. So you can keep doing this to get the next reference point by going 2 units down and then 3 units left, 3 units right, and then 2 units down, 3 units right. So every time you do this, you get a reference point, or you go 3 units left, 2 units up, 3 units left, 2 units up. So keep doing this, that will give you the next reference point. All right, so in the next page, so what I would like to do is, I have an equation. I want you to point out the slope and the y-intercept. This is pretty easy, right? So let's do it. So the slope y is equals to mx plus b. The slope is equals to 4. The y-intercept, I don't want you to just say the y-intercept is equals to 6. I don't really like this. Y-intercept, again, the y-intercept is a point 0, comma y, right? So I would like you to, instead of writing 6, I would like you to write 0, comma 6, because y-intercept is an order pair. The next one, the slope is 1/2. The y-intercept is 0, comma negative 3 over 2. And then this slope is negative 0.75, and then the y-intercept is 0, 1. The slope is negative square root of 2. The y-intercept is 0, comma negative square root of 10. And then the last one, that is in standard form. So all you have to do is you subtract 5x on both sides. Y is equals to negative 5x plus square root of 3. So the slope is equals to negative 5. The y-intercept is 0 root 3. Okay, and then we have 3 more standard form for you. So I have these 3 standard form. I want you to put this in slope-intercept form, y equals to mx plus b. So the first equation, I would like to add 3x on both sides. So you have 4y equals to 3x plus 8, and then y divide both sides by 4, 3x plus 8 divided by 4. So one algebra that I have to remind you is this. So if you have a plus b divided by c, that is equals to a divided by c plus b divided by c. If you have a minus b divided by c, that is a divided by c minus b divided by c. But on the other hand, if you have c divided by a plus b, you cannot put that as c divided by a plus c divided by b. This is totally wrong. So the 2 green equations are right, the orange equation is wrong. Okay, back to this problem. So we split that into 2 fractions. Y equals to 3 over 4x plus 8 divided by 4. So you have y equals to 3 over 4x plus 2. Then the slope is equals to 3 over 4. And then the y-intercept is 0, comma 2. It is just that simple. Okay, the next one. First, we subtract 2/3x on both sides. So minus y is equals to negative 2 over 3x minus 4. And then you either divide or multiply both sides by negative 1. So this is what you have to do. You multiply both sides by negative 1. So one mistake that people make all the time on the right hand side is they only distribute the negative 1 to one of the terms. That is a distribution. So the negative 1 belongs to the negative 2/3 and the negative 4. So the other 2 terms on the right becomes positive. So the y-intercept is 0, comma 4, and then the slope is 2/3. Okay, last one. We have 5x minus 3y equals to 30. So first we put the x on the right side, minus 5x plus 30, and then we divide both sides by, oh, actually that is a negative 3y, right? So that is a negative 3y, and then we divide both sides by negative 3. So we have y equals to negative 5x plus 30 divided by negative 3, and then y is equals to negative 5 divided by negative 3x plus 30 divided by negative 3. So y is equals to 5 over 3x minus 10. So my slope is equals to 5 over 3. The y-intercept is 0 comma negative 10. Yes, you're right. You pick up the number and the sign in front of it. So the number and the sign in front of it. Alright, so that will be the end of this video. So if you think my instruction is helpful, let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, share the video for me, let my instruction help more and more people. So in the next video, I will give you a slope-intercept form of a linear equation, and then I will show you how to graph that linear equation. Alright, I see you all in the next lesson. Signing out for now.